going on, everybody? SeanPierceJohnson here, and it is the week of the Winter NAMM show, and we already have awesome NAMM gear to check out in the form of one of the newest pedals announced today by Walrus Audio. It is the Lillian Analog Phaser. I gotta say, I was not expecting to be getting NAMM gear so quickly, but when the boys at Walrus Audio call you and they tell you they want you to demo their new NAMM gear, you don't say no. And Lillian definitely is a very cool phaser pedal. Very simple to operate, but a lot of different phase tones are inside this small box. So let's go ahead and get Lillian up on the screen and... Not you, Lillian. The other Lillian, please. Thank you. Jeez, dumb babies. Anyway, that is Lillian by Walrus Audio. So let's take a look at the controls and see how we are going to shape our tone. 4 knobs, 1 toggle switch, and 2 bright LEDs for us on this pedal, along with our foot switch. We have the bypass LED right here, and this LED, which you see going blink, 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 that is reflecting the speed of the phase shifting effect. Now to the knobs. Rate, width, feedback, and DPV. So rate the speed of the phase shifting effect. Width, the width, which, wow, that's a tongue twister, where the phase shifting effect is going to happen within the frequency spectrum. Feedback is an interesting control because that allows you to dial in a certain amount of the phase shifted signal to go back through the filter stages. You can basically think of this as another way of deepening the phase shifting effect. Now the DPV knob is basically a mix knob where down at its lowest portion is going to be all dry, and then it slowly starts dialing in the wet signal or the phase shifted signal to the point that when you have it turned up all the way, it's basically a vibrato pedal, which is pretty cool. You get 2 different effects in one box. Now, the stages switch is very cool. It allows you to get 4-stage and 6-stage phasing sounds just at the flick of a switch, which is really cool because it allows you to get more subtle phase shifting tones at the same time getting more extreme phase shifting tones. So, enough yakking, let's get down to business and check out how the controls are going to affect the sound. The setup today going to be trusty Les Paul Studio, freshly restrung and ready for action this year. Going into the Lillian, into the front end of the Rockerverb 100. Only thing between the Lillian and the Rockerverb is Boss TU2. Now let's take a listen to the rate on the 6-step phasing. We were on the 4, so let's see how that is different. This is going to sound kind of funny to say, but the 6th stage at the higher speed almost has a more bubbly quality to it, I think. That's personally my experience. Okay, now width. I'm going to go ahead and go with a slower speed, and we're just going to start right down there. Do you kind of hear that vocal quality to the phase shifting tone on the width knob at the higher range? Because that's what I'm hearing. It almost sounds like someone's going, yai, 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 yai. Stop it. All right, 6 mode. Let's see how that's different. Definitely has got that real lumpy kind of, I guess I'll use another water analogy, watery quality. It just kind of feels like you're tumbling in it. Now the feedback. This is where things start to get really interesting. So I'm going to go ahead and go with a fairly slow speed. We're going to turn that all the way down and take a listen. Like this would be coming in handy if, say, you were using it on top of some really thick distortion. You really want it to get heard a little bit more pronounced. Use the feedback control, feed some of that phase shifted signal back into the pedal. You get a little bit more of a pronounced effect. Now the DPV, which is basically a mix knob, we've talked about what it does, so let's hear exactly how it does it. And so that's really all that the knobs are doing. They definitely get you a wide array of different phase tones, different vibrato tones. Really, it's very cool to have both those sounds in one pedal. You can kind of just shape everything however you want it to go. So here are a few of my favorite sounds that I've been able to conjure up with Lillian. and that was the Lillian Analog Phase Shifter from Walrus Audio. Hot off the presses and ready for winter NAMM, just like me. I gotta say, this definitely fits in with Walrus Audio's line, but it was not what I was expecting for them to announce at the NAMM show this year. I don't know, a phase shifter just didn't even enter my mind, but it definitely fits in with the cool aesthetics that Walrus Audio is always known for, and I feel like they really did their homework on the feature set with this one. The controls are very well thought out so that what is available on the pedal, you can really get a lot out of it. Classic phase shifting sounds a la the Phase 90, more watery and bubbly kind of phase shifting sounds that you might find from, say, the Boss PH2 and the PH3. All in all, there's tons of great sounds, and the sample settings that I provided for you just scratch the surface. The one thing that I think really sets it apart from the pack is the ability to switch between the 4 and the 6 stage phase shifting tones. I feel like most phase shifters just stick to one particular set of stages and don't really let you go off into other territories. So the fact that we have a couple different options definitely opens up a little bit more versatility to this pedal, and it might make it more appealing to a wider range of players. Personally, I cannot wait to see what else the guys from Walrus Audio have cooked up for the Winter NAMM show. And if you haven't done so already, click the subscribe button when you see it and turn on your notifications, because my NAMM show coverage videos will start to upload next Tuesday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, so that's 7 a.m. Pacific. I will start uploading 1 or 2 videos every single day, and it's going to be a blast, and I can't wait to see a bunch of my friends. Thank you all for joining me for this very special video of Stompbox Everyday. I hope to make this a new thing as the year rolls out, and if you enjoyed it, let me know in the comment section below, and I will see you all for my NAMM show coverage next week. Until then, I'm SeanPierceJohnson, wishing you all great tone and happy stomping. Cheers.